Let's do that again. I like it. It's easier. Um, they have an option to record on the computer or record on the cloud. So welcome everybody. Day 4 of our little set our goals challenge. Um, I didn't I didn't come in today with an agenda other than to sort of talk to you and see where you are with your goal setting process and your 3-year plan and what can I do to support you. Um, so for me, I mean, I'm doing the same thing, by the way. I'm doing the same thing. And I didn't pull up a copy of the plan in front of me, so I don't have it sitting here right now, but I probably should have done that, but I didn't. And I should probably stop saying I should have done that. But languaging. But I have, I mean, my 3-year goal is it's a little vague in the sense of what I want to do is get to a point in my life where I really am free to scuba dive and ski and do the things, the outdoor activities and the traveling and things. I want to get back into that lifestyle. Uh, there was a time years ago when my wife was still alive that we dropped everything we were doing and we went on the road. We just got an RV and we traveled around the country. And I absolutely love the lifestyle of just being able to travel. So that's where I'm headed. And I sort of know. I mean, I can put numbers to what I require in monthly income and things like that. And you know, uh, I'm working with a couple of mentors. So I mean, I've got that stuff all sort of laid out for me. I know exactly where I'm going. Right now, I'm primarily focused on Facebook and Twitter, but primarily Facebook. I put my video up every day on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and so I think I have a pretty complete plan, and I'm detailing out the next year, but really in 3-month increments. So I'm doing that, and so what can I do to support you folks in that? Does anybody want to go first and talk about their plan a little bit? And I'm not asking you to reveal specific personal information. Don't get me wrong, but
Well, I'm working. Yours is awesome because your plan that you gave us, the sheets.
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna actually do this with my husband a little bit,
mm-hmm,
and take this as because we work together as a team.
mm-hmm.
So he's home in a few days, and so I started filling it out. But I thought, you know what, I want to include him in our plan together because we both have the same vision. But I went one step further with my other group, and we have a year plan broken out to the T of exactly what dollar amount to make and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, I love that yours gave me
You froze up a little bit. I think you can probably still hear me right now. You're froze. You'll be back in a second. I think the freezing is at my end. I'm not sure.
No, you know what? It's my computer. Did I unfreeze yet?
Yeah, you did. So I have a suggestion
Okay.
for you. I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Take the plan and make a copy for your husband, and if you can get him to sit down and think through it alone without you, and then the two of you get together and compare notes, and
Yeah.
and see what you can
That's a
do to
great idea.
come out with a composite. It might turn up some really interesting. I think you and Tom get along very well. So
Yeah.
there are some
pretty
couples that I might
equal.
not suggest that to, but I think you and Tom, I think you could work that out.
We've done that before with goal setting where we did separates, and believe it or not, we ended up with the same goals.
Isn't that
Wow, that's
interesting?
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. He's good. He's a twin flame for sure.
Now, what about
Well,
what about mentors? The
Yeah.
the two things that are very fundamental to this, and Holton says this all the time. Don't. Maybe he doesn't. Somebody does. Anyhow, don't chase the dollars. Chase the structure. Go for the structure of the organization you're building, and you need at least a couple of mentors, at least one. You need at least one that you're basically following what they're doing And they should be, your mentor should be somebody that you can basically get on the phone with every day for
Yeah.
even for a couple of minutes. Someone who's really accessible to you and is pointing the direction. Do you have anybody?
Me? Yes, I do. Bob Proctor is one of my mentors for years that I've followed. And then I've got some new mentors with the business here, meeting you and Drew, and of course, Carolyn and Tommy. And I love learning from David Hunt. So on the business side, I have a,
And my end, Tara's froze again. Is she froze for anybody else, or is the whole thing froze? Or
Well, you look froze. Oh, no, not you. No,
am I frozen again? Am I
I don't
good?
see you frozen.
it might be my end.
Yeah.
No,
It's just a
I
couple
think-
seconds.
Pardon me?
Yeah, sorry.
It's just a couple seconds, and
Yeah, I think it's my end, Tara.
Okay. But yes, that is my mentors for iBoomerang are the ones that are showing up and doing.
Cool. We probably have the same mentors. I'm following Tommy quite a bit. I really like him. Sylvie, what about you? We're froze again.
no, I'm not frozen. If you're not frozen,
You're hot, huh?
you're fine. What about me? I have a lot of difficulty doing those exercise. I did it a few times last year, and
I've got a fly flying around me. And so if you see me,
Sorry?
I have a fly flying around me. So if you see me waving frantically, this fly keeps buzzing around.
Okay.
So,
Sylvia?
sorry, Sylvia, I interrupted you.
no, I'm just saying that I do those exercise, and I did it for I do it for the business, and it works a few days.
What do you mean you do those exercises? What are you referring to?
Oh, I did
worksheet.
I did no, I no um so not last year, but this year, when I started iBoomerang after a few weeks, because I joined to travel, and I started to be on flight school and all of that. And so at one point I said, okay, maybe I can start like looking to build a team. And but when the virus came, and I told you yesterday, I'm a people person, so it kind of like collapse with it. And but still, I continue to approach people and for building a team and get customer. I still do that, but the goals are, there's no way. I didn't achieve any goals for that, but I did achieve other stuff. And you were talking about feelings yesterday, and I was thinking about it like all night and all evening and all day today. And you're absolutely right. So
I'm sorry.
um,
What were you thinking about?
feelings.
Ceilings?
You were talking feelings. The
Feeling.
heart.
Feeling. Okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
heart and
That word
feeling.
was escaping me. Just the quality of the audio, or
Maybe it's my pronunciation.
Your cute accent.
So it has to come from the bottom of your heart. And I'm following also Bob Proctor.
yeah. Cool.
I get the 6-minute success every day,
Yep.
but I kind of do it like in a bundle every 3-4 days. So, and it's absolutely true that it needs to come from the bottom of your heart. So I quit my job in at the government of Canada, and after in November. But I'm gonna go back. So after Accelerate, I was feeling so good and pumped. And I went to an interview at the city here, and I was like in a very good vibration. So they stopped the contest for the virus, but they splitted the contest and they did another contest in August. And again, I was feeling so bad, so good in this interview that I got the job. And basically, I was trying to get that job for the last 8 years. 8 years, because they post a landscape architect job for every 4 years. So I think that, and I was feeling so good when I did the interview with the people I was with, and so you really need to get it from the bottom of your heart. That's really it. So
It's got to be something that drives you, that
Yes.
that you definitely, it's like your heart and your soul.
yes. So for the business, I had 2 business and with employees. So, and for me, employees are babysitting. So it's not really nice to say that, but it's basically babysitting, and
But it's
I
true.
live that. So for me, building a team, I feel it's going to be babysitting.
Well, we can talk
So
about
that's
team
how
building,
I
but
feel it.
building a
So
team,
that's
building a
why.
team, building a team is babysitting if you build with the wrong people. The challenge is to find
Right.
the right people.
So there's a friend of mine. She joined. She was the first person I talked to about it. I talked to her about it, and she joined in August. And she's like me. She just want to travel the world. We're travelers. So, but she did. She's getting customers and she's doing it like slowly. So that's fine for her. I got another girl, and her life went like she changed husband, and she's having difficulty. So I was thinking that those 2 girls, we would build a team and be together to do some Zooms and everything, but they're not in the same vibe as me, like we are. And they don't understand English at all, so I need to translate everything. And my sponsor, she quit also. Actually, I must say that everybody quit in June. They're all gone. So I'm somewhere at the bottom of somebody's leg. So at one point I wrote to Johnny and I said, "Hey, I'm still there. Can you tell me who I should join?" And he shifted me with the people in Toronto, but they're kids, they're 27. And so I don't feel connection with them. So they're very nice. They want to help me and everything, but I don't feel the connection.
Is
So,
that Gavin you're talking about?
Gavin, he's a good guy. I'm
Yeah,
more
he reached out
talking
to
about,
me. I don't know him. He just reached out to me, and we've chatted back and forth about business.
so
Let me go over to Maggie here for a minute and see, because what I want to here's what I want to do. What we're basically doing is we're turning this into an iBoomerang conversation rather than a goal setting conversation, and
But-
that's not bad.
but actually that's a part of like, let's say a part, but for
Right.
me, I'm working, I'm happy. I really love my work now. I'm with good people. So for me, the business is it's kind of, yes, but I don't need to do that business. So I don't care if any products are not coming in like next week. I can afford and support. So I'm buying products to stay qualified. That's how I'm doing it. So, but I want to, I see old houses, they're about to demolish, and I want to buy those houses and renovate those heritage
Good
houses.
for you. Good for you.
And I really miss one because of my neighbor. She said, no, you're going to have problem. You're a woman, but I really missed it. And just around the corner here, our heritage house, and it's one of the first houses built in 1840.
Okay.
And so my goal would be to stop listening to people. So usually I just do my stuff and don't listen to people. But
You're saying you've got too many distractions, is what you're saying.
yeah, there's too many distractions going on.
But let me back you up a little bit for a minute. What you said is that you want a lifestyle that you're free to travel. Is that what you really want?
Yeah.
Okay. But how are you going to do that? You've just taken a new job, right?
Yeah.
And you're
So
saying
what I can do is accumulate time, and it gives me 4 weeks per year. That's not a lot.
that's not a lot. So, I mean, I think you really have to. This could be a longer conversation, and I do want to get over to Maggie here. But
Sorry.
if it's okay, but if if your goal really is to free yourself up so that you can travel, then having the job is not going to accomplish that goal. So you got to make a decision. You say, well, I have the job now, I don't need the business, so I don't have to work the business. Well, that's fine, but then you're not going to achieve your goal either. No, you be able to take a vacation and go on a trip once in a while. So you have to decide what you really want your life to be like in 3-5 years.
What? But for that, I'm more worried about what's going on right now in the world with the Great Reset.
Mm-hmm.
Shut it off. Shut it off. Make your own world.
It's really frightening.
Make your own world.
Why? But there's somebody's world that's gonna really change everybody's life. Truly, you don't want that. I'm more thinking about going out and get our freedom back, and this is really awful what's going on. I found all this stuff they want to close and shut down.
Well,
So Sylvia,
Okay.
I shift my mind on those thoughts
Yeah.
because it is what it is, and we can go over. I don't even think about it. I still have my goal that I'm going to buy my place in Costa Rica, and I'm going to need a landscaper. And if you like to do handyman, come on board. You can do the, but so your goals and dreams can still move forward. Just because the barbershop's closed doesn't mean we can't still move forward. We have to
You gotta get off the negativity and dwell on something. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's exactly.
There's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, Len. What happened with me is I developed the book. I went to the conference, and the president of the company said I had no business putting a book together that it would not sell, MLM products, basically. And the whole idea was a lot of people don't understand toxins, and it was an introduction at the very end, that you cannot do it all. I've given you the tools, everything you need to do, but in the long term, this is your backup plan. So that pulled me out of the loop with the company, and I decided no more events, no more any of this stuff. I like the products, they are beneficial, and I was going to do my own thing. And then, of course, this last year with my daughter needing me, and, I'm back and forth. But like I said, I want to become self-reliant. And my sister is basically living off grid. Her electric bill, she's got her own water pump, and her electric bill is like $10 or $25 a month. And, I want to get back to, more of the simple. This last year, me, I've got the environmental allergies. Well, before I left for my daughter, he treated me for humidity. And of course, in Kansas City, there it's very humid. But I was experiencing a lot of health challenges, and he finally hit on two really big ones. And one of them was the 5G. He treated me for 1G. And what was happening is I go outside and I work in the yard, or, we've got a lot of stuff doing. We're working on a RV and, redoing things, and my garden. And within, just as soon as I walked out, I was having difficulty breathing. I was shaking. My whole face would turn like my heartbeat and everything, and my face would turn red. And my daughter came over one time and says, "Mom, what's going on? You got to lay down." Well, what it did is it took all the energy out of me, and I was, back in bed for a day or two. He treated me for the 5G. Within 24 hours, I was up like nobody's business. Every time there's an environmental change, when it gets really cold, I get really, really sick, and he's treated me for blizzards and you name it. But this time he treated me for hoarfrost. When people have sunstroke, if they go out in the sun, they get a reaction to the sun still. Well, that was kind of me. I call it cold frost, but I was a cold stroke, but I was allergic to the cold. So if I got cold and I opened up the door, I'd automatically get a devastating headache. And so he treated me for that. And I don't have the crippling arthritis. I don't have the pains in my legs. And now I'm off all my water pills. So my health is in balance. And this first month, because of everything and the COVID, I've let my teeth go. So I've got to get my teeth done. We're talking about goals. Everybody's talking about, financial goals, but there's health goals too.
Right.
So, I've let my glasses go and my teeth. So that's what I'm doing the first 2 months. And then I've got to get my website updated, because in the last year, I thought about, my website, I've got a tab for this and a tab for this and a tab for this. And it's just all disjointed. And I just have a 4-step process, which is, hey guys, you want to live a toxin-free lifestyle? Click on these 4 steps. Number 1 is my presentation that teaches you about toxins. Number 2 is take the quiz to find out where the toxins are in your lifestyle and how toxic you actually are. Number 3, read my book to find out what you can do to eliminate toxins in your life. And number 4, take these products as your backup plan, and you're going to be covered, protected from 5G somewhat and the whole bit. So that is where I'm going. But in the meantime, my web designer, she took a job and she's, hiatus. So I've got the plan, but now I need help trying to figure out how to implement, because I don't have the knowledge or the know-how. And I have somebody that may be able to help me, but I'm not quite sure. So that's kind of where I'm at. And, like I say, I'm going to be working out of the house as much as I can, but I'm still going to be working on Facebook to get people to my website, and go through that process. And I can use the links on my website to post, So that's where I'm at. I'm branding myself. I'm tired of, yes, I can use other people's products to brand myself, but I'm tired of not having recognition for being me,
Yeah.
And I feel that I'd be better off with me than necessarily, just one particular aspect, because the book is me and it gives me the credibility. So once I've got the credibility, then the other stuff follows.
Well, in the business of social media, we never teach that you should brand yourself to a company. We always teach that you should brand yourself. Period.
Yeah.
Period. No company. If the first thing I do when I take on somebody as a client is I look at their profile page, and if there's any mention of a network marketing company on it, we take it off.
Yeah.
They're not associated with the company at all.
Right.
We want to brand you. You are the product.
Yeah.
And so the other thing that's interesting is if this one company doesn't like your book,
They didn't even read it. They didn't even read it.
Doesn't matter. You know how many other companies there are out there?
Oh, I know.
But you don't want to develop your own products.
No.
No.
And the thing is my book, people will buy because they want to know what they need to do. And whether they go as far as buying the products, that's a different story. Some people will, some people won't, but that's okay. But I'm not going to be going to all these meetings every week and be on all the company calls and all this other stuff, because I know what the products are. They come out with new ones and all this other stuff. And to me, I hate to say it, it's a waste of my time, because the company has kind of not, like Sylvie said, her sponsor and, all the way up, and the sponsor up there said, well, I didn't enroll you, so she doesn't want, so I just said, you know what,
well,
I was ahead of everybody. So I'm just, Len, I'm very assertive and everything. And if I learn the tools and I can figure out what I'm supposed to be doing, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but if I can figure out how to do it, because the social media is where I'm lacking, and I need to go to that group that you taught us so that I can refresh on certain areas too. So
okay.
Anyhow, I'm sorry for talking so much.
That's all right. Do you have a 3-year goal?
The 3-year goal is to be self-reliant and to be pretty much living off grid.
And so you got a picture of what self-reliant means. That's a very broad term.
Right.
What that means for you.
What that means is that I've got multiple streams of income coming in, and that yes, I probably will have a payment on a house or whatever, but at the same time, I won't have to pay for electricity or anything like that if I don't need to.
You live off grid.
Yeah. And that's like solar generators, that kind of stuff, it'll still be social media, that kind of stuff. But that way, you have more of the money you make to do things. You're utilizing something that's already there instead of spending money on something that you really don't have to.
There's a lot of places that living off grid is illegal. True?
I know in Washington and Idaho, there's all sorts of people are doing that. Now,
Okay.
It's not 100%. Like my sister, she's got a well, but she's got electricity, but she only uses one light if she uses it. And a lot of times she just puts a little thing in her window that gives her the power for her light, but she has it for cooking.
That was a curiosity question, by the way. It wasn't meant to be a negative at all.
No, she's not 100%.
Yeah.
But the thing is with everything going up, as we get older, and right now there's so many people out of work, and if the power does go off, you've got a backup plan, or else you can use it, utilize the solar to your advantage. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. It sounds
And
like,
then, and then once I get that, I can travel or whatever because it's kind of self-contained. I don't have to worry about gardening and lawn maintenance and sprinkler systems going out and all that other stuff.
so I'm still going to tell you to get the damn book published.
Yes, I am.
I'm quoting,
And,
quoting
I've been
myself from the other day.
Right. I've been reviewing it the last 2 days and I know exactly what I want to write and it's not going to take me very long. I'd say within the next 2 weeks, I should have it done.
Good.
No. Unacceptable. Rephrase,
That's-
restate,
No, well, I will have, in the
state.
time factor, I say that in the 2 weeks, it should be done.
Ah.
Okay.
Get that word should out of there.
Well,
Will
that
be
means
done.
should to me
Ah.
is it's happening. Okay. It will
In
be
the
done.
next 2 weeks,
will be
it
done.
will be done.
Yeah.
And don't let anything get in the way.
No.
Get it done.
Even-
We've been talking,
And
you've been
I
talking to
was
me
up
about
till
this.
3 and 4 in the morning working on my book. I was
I
so
don't-
driven. I was so driven and with everything happening, it's just been so hard to get back to things.
I
But
understand.
I know I'm making excuses, but this year with all this weird stuff happening, you got to realize my health was not even there.
I
But
understand-
now
I
got my
understand
health.
that.
Oh, I'm off my water pills too. I had lymphedema. I've completely cured my body.
Wow.
Just, and I understand all that, Maggie. And I'm
Adrenal
not,
disease,
you know,
kidney disease.
yeah. It's just that
Wow.
you and I have been talking about you getting that book finished for
I know,
probably
I
at
know.
least 2 years now.
Well, the
Maybe
last year,
longer.
nothing happened. And at the end of last year, the year before that, it was ready by September, October. And then I went to the conference and then that just,
Yeah.
everything kind of happened. And then I had to see my daughter for a couple of months. And it's been 3 or 4 trips to my daughter's. And, it's been 2-3 months over at my
So
daughter's.
now,
every time.
now it's time to bite the bullet and
Yeah,
get it
it's
done.
time
Don't
for
let-
me.
Don't
Yeah.
let anything get in the way.
Yeah, it's time
Maggie,
for
is
me.
your daughter not well, or did she just need you help? with
Her husband was gone overseas, but I know a lot of people don't believe this, but it's a religious type
Sorry.
thing that's going on with her, and it's affecting her health.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's been all over trying to get demons removed from her. It's you might think this is crazy, but
No.
there's a lot of people that are having issues with it.
Yeah,
So,
no.
yeah, she's gone to Catholic churches and all over. And she's gone through, had tests. She doesn't have schizophrenia. She's done brain scans and all this other stuff. And yeah, she just cannot be left alone because she's just, and she's a very, very positive, very strong woman to have this been happening to her. And it's really a shame, but the good blessing is now she's a mentor for other people. So that's positive.
Wow.
So she's turned it around.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So she's very spiritual.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
She should
And-
ask her guides for help.
Well, yes. And, anything that had to do with Disney or everything, is out of the house. It's kind of a completely different lifestyle there than it is here. And, what we would consider normal, but I understand completely. And it's a very hard thing. I got to the point where I said, well, honey, I can't help you anymore. I can only help you with the kids or the house, but I'm no
Yeah.
expert,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's had different family members. When her husband goes, they come and, because he's military. And she
And it's
was
probably hard for you to say no.
Oh,
for
yeah,
helping.
it is. It is. And
It's
when
funny, I
I'm over
pulled you a
there,
card
I
and it was
don't.
called Boundaries.
Yeah, when I go, I went, and that's when the COVID happened. We had no idea what it was, and we didn't know if it was bioengineering or if I'd go out and breathe the air and I'd die on the spot, and I was not going to fly home. So I had to drive from Missouri to Washington. So that's a long drive, and I camped out in my car because I was so afraid to even go to the restrooms. And
Because of COVID?
Yeah, due to the COVID at the beginning of the year, I mean, you look at China, people were dying left, right, and center, And then, I always use rubbing alcohol on my hands every time I go to the store or get in my car, just to make sure, You know,
So you
because
were living in fear.
I'm so chemically sensitive that I can't take the, I couldn't even take any kind of vaccine, let alone that vaccine. So, you know, that's, you know, a definite, because if they ever say, well, you can't travel unless you had it or had the vaccine, I'm out. I'm, you know, stranded where I'm at. You know, I mean, I can't go to public places, basically, if it ever gets to that extreme. Anyhow, that's enough. Somebody else talk now.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't get there.
It won't get like that.
I don't think it will.
Can I say something
Yes,
to you,
please.
Maggie?
Yeah.
So what I do, because I don't like any of those disinfectant, you know, with the alcohol and all the chemical stuff. So I made my own soap, and it's an organic soap. You can
Yeah, I
use
do my
whatever
own too.
soap.
Yeah.
And I put oregano.
Oregano.
Oil in it.
Yeah. That's
So
very good. Very good. Oregano.
Yeah, I do that since it started.
Yeah.
I travel with a concentrated bottle also.
Yeah.
So the oregano, or the other one is called Ravinstara. I can write it down in the chat if you want.
Oh, okay. That'd be good.
It's called what?
Ravinstara. I'm gonna just write it down here.
Okay. Oregano I recognize. The other
Yeah.
one I don't.
Yes.
Tea tree oil is supposed to be good too.
Tea tree
And I use
oil
thieves
also.
oil. I
It's
use thieves
essential.
oil.
Huh?
Can you write
I
that
use
down?
thieves oil.
Tara, can you write that down?
Yeah, it's thieves. Like you're gonna steal something, thieves.
Oh,
It's
okay.
thieves oil.
What is it?
It's a natural oil that's been around for years, and it's an antibacterial, fungal, a respiratory.
Can you write it down?
Yeah, I'll put it in. I'll put it's thieves. Like I'm gonna steal something from you. Thieves oil. I don't even know how to spell thieves. I'll put it in the chat.
TH.
Yeah.
Well,
Thieves. THIEVES. Like
Yeah.
you're a thief.
that-
Yeah. Yes.
That's
You were
it,
saying
thieves
it.
oil.
Yes. Now I know it. That's what I was saying. Thieves oil. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
familiar with
awesome.
oh, 2 E's?
that.
think so.
THIEV. Like a thief.
THIV.
No, THIEVE.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yes.
you've got it.
THIEVE.
Like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that was used back in the day when the plague was out and people were dying left, right, and center. And the thieves would put it in their metal masks, the oil, and they didn't get sick. That was
Yeah, well, thieves is good for a lot of ailments. A lot.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And if you get pure thieves oil, you can actually even put a little bit in water and drink it.
If you get the right oil, because some of it is not
Yeah.
meant to be ingested.
No,
Yeah.
no, you have to have the right oil. You got to do absolutely.
Yeah.
So, anyways, poor Len, we got off topic again.
No, it's okay. It's all very interesting. If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
I've got my own product line that I'm gonna start making this year too. You know,
good.
yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm going to be 67 this year, and I have relatively no creases on my face. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I never really wore a whole lot of makeup or anything. And I just started putting stuff together, and people could not believe the difference. And when they have it, they can't believe what it's done for them. And it's just basic stuff you get in your house.
Mm-hmm.
do you know Tamara Nielsen? She brought her own product line out this year.
Who?
Her name is Tamara Nielsen. She's a friend of mine on Facebook.
Okay, I'll check her out.
I can link you up. She brought her own product line out. She can tell you this is a non-trivial undertaking to bring a product line out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought, if I'm allowed to do something on the corner, because we can't do anything, in the community, if I am, and I'll have to get an LLC license, and I'll have to get one of those little squares or something. So, it's all this tech stuff that I I don't have any support group to help me with, but yeah. And my other half, he's a VA vet, and he doesn't need social media phone. No, he's just got an old flip phone. He can't deal with any of this. So
Okay.
that's just the way it is.
Okay.
So what's your book about? You said toxins?
Yes, it's going to be called Say No to Toxins. It's about 18 or 20 chapters long. It goes through a series of about 5 different quizzes you take for different areas of your life. So you know if you need improvement, because everybody needs a baseline. And then once you find the baseline, I tell you all the things that you can do, different websites to go to find out how far you are from a cell tower. You know, yeah, it's very, very in depth.
Get your book out.
Yeah, a lot of people are needing it, and I really, this is what I believe, and you know, I don't want to go on a tangent, but I believe that a lot of these areas that are coming out with 5G, it's affecting everybody's immune system. You know, I still will react, even though I was treated, I'm still going to react like the normal person to the 5G. And it affects the breathing, the heart rate and everything, and the ability to fight off viruses and other things. And I believe this is one of the major culprits in this COVID. You know, there's other things coming to play. And I believe that the 5G, and it's been documented, the 5G does reduce your immune and compromises your immune. So you have to do everything possible to keep our immune as strong as we can.
Do you know the plant? Do you know the plant astragal? I'm gonna write it to you. It's the Chinese. They use that plant when people have cancer. It helps. I can tell you, if I would have that knowledge when I did chemotherapy, it helps. It helps to. Because we're fighting everyday cancer cells in our body, and astragal is a good one. Astragal, where's the chat?
That would be great. I'm always open to learning new things.
Astragalus, yeah.
Oh, astragalus.
That's the Latin
name. Or something like that, like asparagus, but
Astragalus.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so that's very powerful. Yeah.
Your dog looks like she's trying to get out the window.
Oh yeah, Nashville. We were out already today.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry for taking up so much time.
No.
Tara,
Okay. We're having I think it's an interesting car. Anyone who wants to drop off can, so it's an interesting conversation.
And one of the things I know with a lot of businesses closing, people don't have the money to buy food like they used to. And, you know, they say that the lines are growing, you know, for free food, you know, the food banks and all this. And so I figured, you know, my tower garden is going to be way too much food for 2 people. So, you know, I'm going to sell it at a nominal, you know, thing, and just whatever I get off of that will just be a little extra cash for me.
So what does your food tower looks like? Is it like a metal thing, or?
Yeah, I can send you something in Messenger. You know, it's about 3 feet wide, and it's tall, and it's self-generating, and you just set it up and let it go, and it starts growing. And my sister said within 4 weeks she was taking stuff off. But they say to try to give it 2 months. But you can grow melons, you can grow virtually anything. I don't know if you can really do blueberries or, you know, kind of a tree type thing off of it.
Yeah, you cannot do blueberries. Blueberries need a specific soil and acidity.
Yeah, but you can do a lot of things with it, and that way you're not so self-reliant on the grocery stores. And I don't want to have to go in there, you know, as much. Yeah. So I order online pretty much all the time now too.
So that's something else you can do and sell those towers, because people will need to use their property to
Yeah, well, that's another,
produce food. You see?
right. And that's another thing too. I'm not gonna just get out there and, dump on people, but if they have an interest, because I've learned dumping on people doesn't work.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you solely just took the words out of my mouth. I mean, I have a neighbor that sells the tires. There is a company. I mean, there is an MLM that actually selling the tires.
Yeah, this is the one I'm in, Len. Yeah.
Right?
So
It's an MLM that you can sell the towers through.
Yeah.
So
you can make
So
money off
what's the
selling
name
it.
of the MLM? What's
Oh,
the name of the?
I'll send you the info if you're interested. I'll send you
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
it's gonna be it's like the strawberries. They come from California, or it's like so. It's easy to produce actually, because it's a plant that grows in like any soil. You can put that. You can, as long as you have the first plant, it grows very easily.
Right, because of the stolons. One thing I like about this is it's self-containing, and it's basically in an organic environment. So you're not worried about the soil or anything like that. So I think that's what a lot of the organic farmers are doing. Maybe they're getting warehouses or something, and who knows? I might end up renting out something and growing, a whole bunch, getting a whole bunch of these towers and having a little side business. You never know what the future lies, but if something's happening in a positive way, I'm not going to turn it away. But it's just something to explore, and if anything comes of it, that's good.
All right, can I ask a quick question about the towers? Are they covered? Like, are they?
No, they I'll send you a picture of it. They come up and they come down, and they've got the water that circulates a couple of times during the day. And so, you don't have to deal with it. So one thing I did is this year I planted all sorts of stuff in buckets. I drilled the holes and everything was growing. We hired this guy to come over, but we have 100 to 120 degree weather, and he has to be here at least every day or every other day. And the kid didn't show up for a week, and everything I had died.
Oh.
And he didn't say he couldn't show up because they could have had somebody else come. And so I said, that was a complete waste.
Yeah.
So, and if you have to leave, you want to know that whatever you've got growing is still going to be there. And a lot of people, they think they're going to grow a garden, but they don't have it set up. Now, my sister says, oh, well, you have to have it irrigated and have all these, hoses and, all that stuff, to water the plant, and it's all on a timer and everything. But that takes a lot of planning and know-how, and not everybody knows how to do that.
And it's the watering is very important. So the selection of your plants that you're going to grow is very important. So if you want to avoid watering, you need to go like mint, because it's spread easily. You need to go with rosemary and thyme and all the plants that grows in mountains, basically in dry soil.
Yeah, the point of these gardens, like what Maggie has, is you don't have to worry about any of that. They take care of themselves.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was just thinking when I moved to Costa Rica.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't think I need it. It has really rich soil there.
I'm coming to visit you in Costa Rica.
I think this company is international, so yeah, that'll work for you if that's something you are interested in.
Well, you can grow watermelon seeds and grow watermelon. Like, honestly, the soil is so rich there, and the fruit is so cheap to buy off the stands. People drive trucks everywhere with all their fruit, so I don't have to grow
wonderful,
anything.
wonderful.
I was Calgary. Maybe I should try one, because we can't grow a damn thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, we gotta wrap this up. I have another meeting at 5. It's 10 to 4 right now, but I'm gonna wrap up anyhow. So, I think, is that all right? Can we wrap up?
Yeah. Anyhow, I just want to tell everybody it is so nice. I have taken water pills for years, and this hoarfrost allergy, I didn't realize this, but as a kid, I had it. So once he treated this, all of a sudden within the next day, I had no pain in my legs.
Awesome. Oops, we just froze again for a moment. You're froze for me. I don't know if I'm froze for you.
Absolutely 18 or 20 years younger because I don't have that pain
That's
anymore.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
When an allergy strikes, I wake up with crippling arthritis. I wouldn't be able to stand. I can't hold a coffee cup or anything. And then it takes 2 or 3 weeks for me to get in to see this guy. But the one with the 5G, I knew something was bothering me. I thought it was the sun, something to do with solar radiation. You know, I kind of am generally in an area with it. But when he treated me for that, oh my gosh, what a difference.
Wow.
And I would go to sleep at night and my legs would be ice cold to touch, and it would take about 4 or 5 hours for them to warm up. I don't have that anymore. It's just amazing how these treatments, and he does NAET. So if you guys have allergies or have any kind of symptoms that a doctor is trying to help you with, you know, push all this medication, it might just be an allergy, and an allergist is not gonna.
Yeah, I've been into naturopaths for years. I don't see my doctor for nothing.
No. And the only time I see my doctor is I get my kidney levels done once a year, my thyroid, and there was one other level, but outside of that, I don't have any issues, you know.
Good
and
for you.
just because I don't want to go back to, my kidneys were so bad that if they dropped one more point, they were going to do dialysis. And it's been 6 years. 6 years. I was doing acupuncture to keep my levels from dropping. I was going 3 times a week to different doctors. I mean, it was doctor.
Wow.
And I finally found a way to get my body back in health. And it is all about toxins in the body. And of course, the environmental forces that are going through us. And I am reading this book about the rainbow of electricity, and they are basically saying all the pandemics are related to electricity and how everything comes through the body. And they are talking about, you know, mankind is actually destroying himself. So I want to eventually put some, you know, this is a really, really long book, very detailed. And he's got like 200 pages of footnotes. So he put some time into this, but I want to put something, you know, kind of a condensed something together for people so that they can understand that 5G is killing us. You know, I know there is a lot of stuff out there, but yeah.
Good for you.
There's for the last 4 or 5, I had ovaries cancer 10 years ago. And after that, I had thyroid issue. And you know, when the doctor says to you, oh, when your thyroid is all destroyed, I'll give you medication. I said, no, it's not going to happen.
Take iodine. Iodine will pull the fluoride out of the thyroid and cause the thyroid to function. What's causing the thyroid to be dysfunctional is fluoride and the halides, which is fluoride, chloride, and bromide. And you get your bromide or bromelain in the bread. So, you know, organic bread, maybe not so much, but you have to check all your labels. Yeah.
Okay,
Interesting. I gotta go, guys.
Okay,
Bye,
I'm sorry. I could talk forever. Len knows
should
that
have
she
a
gets me
coffee talk.
going. And look at this, Len, what you did.
Okay, so let me close this out with 2 things. One
Okay.
is, I'm not planning to have a session tomorrow. It's New Year's Eve, and there's so many things going on that, you know, I think we beat it to death at this point anyhow. I am planning on trying to have I'm not going to try. Well, you're in the.
You will.
I am planning to contact each of you and have a one-on-one conversation. But what I would like is, we just did this whole week and it was free. You didn't pay anything. What I would like from you is, if you got value, is a short, either video or written testimonial. If you got value. Okay. If you didn't get value, okay. But a little testimonial would help
Well,
me.
you know, I got some kind of
I got
value because, Len, I wrote a post about setting goals.
Cool,
So,
good for you. Okay,
I regurgitated the information you gave us.
all right.
Maybe not so eloquently as you.
Now, the last thing is, Sylvia, you put a post up that says 8 a.m. EST Martin Clinic on Facebook. What is that
Yes.
about?
Oh, that's for Maggie. So
Okay.
for health, a doctor I found that is really good. He's a clinical doctor. Actually, there's 3 generations of doctors. You should listen on Facebook at 8 o'clock Eastern time. He's from Sudbury, Ontario, and he's very good because
Okay.
I've
Okay,
been,
and that's in the chat, the comment section when you post this, Len?
It's in the comments.
it's
I don't know if
here.
I don't know if the comments post. Yeah, I don't know if
I
the
don't
comments
know.
post with the recording or not.
I don't think so.
Okay, oh, I see it right here.
Yeah.
Martin,
Yeah. So he's
You two should connect.
yeah.
Connect.
He
Good idea.
He's very, very good. I can, yeah, because
Bye, Len.
I've
Bye,
been
Tara.
studying like food for the last 4 or 5 years, and basically I've cut anything, any bread, corn, you know,
yeah,
I have
all the grains are bad. Yeah, we all know,
all
yeah.
the grains. I've
You
cut
gotta go
so
back
much
to the
stuff.
Whole Foods. You gotta go back to the Whole Foods, yeah. It's in my book, girl.
Good. Hey, I want
I've got 2 chapters about gut health because it's not just about taking toxins out, but it's gut health. And I also talk about why people have problems losing weight, and that has to do with toxins and why they fail. So there's a lot of everything in there, right, Len?
You have
Right.
a first customer, Maggie. I'm your
Okay,
first
well,
customer.
I will contact you when I get it up, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. Len,
Bye.
thank you.
All right, ladies.
Bye.
I'm gonna
Okay,
kill-
hope to see you in a couple of days.
Okay, the recording